How's it going, everybody? This is Brian Funk, and I'm very excited to talk to you about my new Ableton Live pack called VCR WAVE. The VCR WAVE takes two of my favorite things, my OP1 and VHS, and combines them together to make a really cool, interesting, vintage lo-fi sound. The OP1 is really focused on the Dr. Wave synthesizer, which is a really interesting type of synthesis that teenage engineering calls frequency domain synthesis, which I've never heard of, but it sounds like this. It's kind of like some kind of phase distortion, some modulation going on between waves and morphing with some detune and chorusing. You can get a lot of crazy sounds out of it. And I programmed a whole bunch of sounds on this thing and recorded them to VHS. And then I took those VHS recordings and brought them into Ableton Live to give you these instruments. So I want to take you through these a little bit. So this one's called Slow Strings. And I want you to pay attention to the grit and noise that you start to hear in these sounds, the character and the textures of them. Let's give you another one here. This is called Rubber Brain. Let's check out Soft Night Keys. So what we have going on here, we've got control over our filter frequency. We've got a resonance to emphasize that filter. We've got a filter envelope to help give us some movement in these sounds. Then we have a separate chain called VCR Noise, which gives us some buzzing, and I'm going to mute the main chain here so you can hear the VCR Noise chain. And this is set to the attack, decay, sustain, and release. And we've got some controls in here, such as a high pass filter to cut out some of that buzz, which can be quite loud. Resonance for that if we want to emphasize anything. Then we've also got an LFO. And this is nice for giving your sound like a lot of movement, almost like a phasing VCR. So when I go back and bring in the sound, we've got that movement in the noise. And we can go back inside and maybe lower the VCR noise so it's not so intense and it's a little more subtle. Makes for a nice, warm, vintage sound. Let's go to another preset. This is called Bug Hopping. Here's one called Reluctant to Go. Now, part of what's making these sound so interesting is this audio effect rack that comes with the pack called VHS Health. And this allows you to get even more of a VHS sound if it's not enough for you. We've got some pitch drifting. So this will make our sound bend in pitch. So now we're really getting a very old messed up VCR tape. We've got something called tape death, which is a type of distortion. We've got a hiss, and we can control the tone of our hiss. Then we've got sun exposure, which further kind of smears the sound. You got some control over how long you're in the sun. And then we've got a delay. And this effect you can use on any sound in any project, not just these instruments. Take you to another sound. Some nice low end in this one. And maybe we'll do one more for you called 8-bit. This one has a lot of noise. Certain samples have more noise than others just based on the VHS tape I ran them through. So if you're into this lo-fi, really gritty sound, I think you're really gonna like VCR WAVE. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great day.